Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and I'm going to be starting my brand new set of videos called Rewind Reviews. Basically I'm going to pick a film or a game or a TV show or something that I'm going to review that's been out for a while, and basically I'm going to review it as if it's just come out for the first time. I'm going to be starting off with, of course, Iron Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm going to be doing all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe films right up to Age of Ultron. Iron Man, the first film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It kicked off everything. It was a film that was a bit of a gamble. One with Robert Downey Jr. because obviously the problem he's had in the past and everything, he was given this shot playing Iron Man. And of course, because Iron Man wasn't well known before this, he wasn't a big character like Spider-Man or Wolverine, you know, he wasn't a massive character. And it was a bit of a gamble for Marvel. And I think this, as a first film, was a big win. It was an epic film. It was a good origin story. It was a good way of just having a good serious film, but being able to have these fun comedic moments that just work really well, and having Tony Stark, this cocky person that is quite happy to be out in the open and not afraid of what he's capable of. Basically being a weapons specialist, obviously, because of his father and everything. And he just, I loved the character, and I still today love this character. Basically, he starts off with just being a weapons dealer, obviously for the army and everything. He has loads of different weapons that he can use. Then obviously the terrorists get hold of them. He gets captured and is told that he has to build the Jericho missile, which he refuses to do, but then obviously he's coached into it. And obviously, as time goes on, he basically decides to build his first Iron Man suit, which is the big iron hulking thing basically. And he builds it with the guy called Jensen that he's been trapped with. He builds it, he gets out, unfortunately Jensen dies, which is another good thing because it grounds Tony Stark and basically saying what you've been doing is wrong and you need to change your ways, and this is one of the ways of showing it. He gets out and basically he's saved by Rhodey and obviously the rest of the army. He gets back and immediately gets a press conference, cheeseburger first, then a press conference. He sits down and says that until he knows what the direction of his company can go, so he's shutting down the weapons side of it and everything goes mental, and then he goes off the grid. Then you've got his basically his right hand man in the company, Obadiah, trying to keep everything together while he is at home building his Iron Man suit. Basically he's doing his testing and everything, flying around. Obviously he's got Jarvis helping him, and he builds his Iron Man suit, takes it for test drives and everything, and it's good seeing his origin story build up, and it never lags, it never gets boring. It's never like, oh come on, get to it. It was a good film, it never got boring. Obviously later on you find out that Obadiah is against him, and he was the one that hired the hit to get him killed and everything, and he locked him out of the company, all this kind of stuff, and you realise then that he's got to take on Obadiah and stop him. And obviously he does that with his brand new Iron Man suit. Later on you've got Obadiah taking the thing from the arc reactor from Tony Stark's chest with a little contraption. Tony Stark obviously dying and everything. He manages to get down to the cellar to get his old arc reactor that obviously Pepper had taken out previously, and it was a good scene because it's like, oh, it looks like he wasn't going to make it, and then obviously his little hand thing comes down and he puts it into his chest. And then it's not as good as the other arc reactor, but it's good enough so he can get his suit on and off he goes. Obviously with Pepper as well, we've got obviously this will they won't they kind of thing in this first, before they obviously got together in later films. Obviously she's like his secretary, his help, his PA, she does everything for him, and over the time obviously you can see they generally have a liking for each other. Obviously she's a big part of the final fight. The final fight obviously is between him and Obadiah, and Obadiah's got his big Ironmonger suit that he's built. It's not as conventional, but it's a massive suit, and they have a big fight. Really good to see. Obviously it's quite small compared to what we see with the Avengers now, but as a first film it was a really good fight, and basically at the end of it Obadiah's about to close in on him, basically firing everything at him because he's ripped his target computer out, and then he gets Pepper to overload the system so the arc reactor explodes and kills Obadiah. You think Tony Stark's also dead, but then the one thing I really liked about this scene is where as soon as you hear Pepper's voice shout Tony, that's when his arc reactor flickers, and it's kind of like, I like that because that gives kind of poetic really. It's basically saying his arc reactor is his heart and that she is part of that, and it was a nice little mini thing there just before it faded out. Then obviously we've got the final scene and everything where they've come up with the alibi and he has to go up in front of people and say what the hell's been going on. You've obviously got Agent Coulson that's performing with the alibi. Then you find out that he's obviously part of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is awesome. Again, all the little Easter eggs that they're building up, you can just see where this is going to go, basically. Then he comes out and he says he's going to stick to the cards, and then he stands there and goes, "Truth is, I am Iron Man," and that's how the film ends. And it's brilliant because there's obviously going to be more of it, and it's a great way to end the film. Obviously, it kicks into a Black Sabbath song, which is awesome, and I just think it was a good first film for this entire cinematic universe, a good way to kick things off. Then obviously you get your end credit scene, which is now a mainstay in Marvel Cinematic Universe, but beforehand it was something that wasn't expected, so a lot of people didn't see it the first time. It was Nick Fury coming into Stark's apartment, and basically Stark's like, "Who are you?" and he plays, "I'm Nicholas Fury. I'd like to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative," and then it ends. And it's after that that you go, "Oh my god, what are they going to do? This is going to be incredible." So yeah, I just thought that the first film of Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man, was a kick-ass film, and it really opened the door for a lot of things, and it was brilliant. So that's what I thought of the film Iron Man, starring Robert Downey Jr. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, what you thought of the film. Was it good? Was it bad? You can also email me as well. Also find me on various social media with Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Type in Nerd Bites and you'll find me anywhere. And of course, keep it nerdy.